What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and this is your official Monday Night Raw review for this week's show, January 19th, 2015. We are on our way to the Royal Rumble, my favorite pay-per-view of 2015, bar none. Bar none. I don't give a shit what shows WWE puts on this year. I don't care how great they are. This is going to be my favorite show of the year because the Royal Rumble, as always, is my favorite show of the calendar year for WWE. Now, last night, WWE really surprised me. They really surprised me. Typically, when the WWE does a Royal Rumble go-home show, they give you this hokey, watered-down, cheesy, lazy, uncreative bullshit when it comes to sending you home for the Royal Rumble. The last image you usually see on Monday Night Raw is every man on the roster in the ring, throwing each other over the top rope, getting you ready for the Royal Rumble. Doesn't need to happen, man. We know what to expect with the Royal Rumble. We know the significance of the Royal Rumble. We know what the importance is, or how important it is to win the Royal Rumble. We know. We don't need to see that visual, man. We know the Royal Rumble is going to close the show. We order and watch and spend 3 hours of our time on Sunday to watch the 30-man over-the-top Battle Royal. We don't need that to go, to send us away on Monday Night Raw. We don't need that closing image. So WWE really surprised me. They really shocked me. The last image we seen on Monday Night Raw was Brock Lesnar living up to the name Beast Incarnate. Absolutely unreal, Brock Lesnar. The power this man possesses. I knew he was strong, but last night he was a fucking powerhouse. He was an animal. Took down Seth Rollins, F5'd Kane, deservedly, and F5'd the Big Show, all in one fell swoop. Done. Done. The power he possesses is unfucking godly. Didn't even break a sweat. Lesnar is a beast. I like the closing segment. I like the final closing segment of the show before it went black that we seen Brock Lesnar. Not because he's Brock Lesnar, but because he's the WWE champion. Okay? And he's pissed. He could have had a one-on-one opportunity with Seth Rollins. It could have just been a one-on-one match. The whole match could have been reverted back to its original state, one-on-one. Would have been him and Seth Rollins for the WWE championship. John Cena foiled that plan. Triple H has been going on and on for the last couple of weeks. You want these guys back? Do you want these guys rehired? Ziggler, Rowan, Ryback. Now, I know we have to sit through repetitiveness. We have to sit through repeats of Rollins and Kane and Big Show and Cena and the Authority. We know. We know what's boring. We know it's dull. We know it's uncreative. But I did not expect the Renegade, the Rebel, the Vigilante, Sting to make an appearance on Monday Night Raw. He was the last man I would have chosen to be on Monday Night Raw. WWE pulled the rabbit out of the hat. They shocked us. They gave us something that we've been wanting. Sting's Monday Night Raw debut. Anyone could have came down and helped John Cena win. One of the 3 fired wrestlers could have came down. Randy Orton could have made his return. Any one of those guys could have came down. I did not expect Sting, which was a pleasant surprise. I love that Sting made an appearance. Sting single-handedly took out the Authority and ruined their plans once again, which, in turn, will set up now, for sure, Sting versus Triple H at WrestleMania. That is one of your main events at WrestleMania. Book it. We will not be seeing Sting versus The Undertaker this year. I fully expect that to happen next year. John Cena, all in one moment, hired Ziggler, Ryback, and Rowan back. Keeps his WWE Championship opportunity thanks to the man you see in the thumbnail, Sting. Beautifully done. I'm glad the WWE did not go the route of watering down the closing segment of the show with fucking 35 guys in the ring and giving us cheesy bullshit. We've seen the last image of Brock Lesnar, possibly as the WWE Champion. Seth Rollins escapes Brock Lesnar's wrath. Okay? Rollins is playing his role perfectly. He's a villain. He's the number one villain in the company. A lot of you guys were tweeting me last night. JD, is Brock Lesnar a face? Lesnar is not a face or a good guy, to you people who don't know wrestling terminology. Lesnar is not a good guy. Lesnar does what he wants, when he wants, at any time of the day, any time of the week. It doesn't matter. People cheered Brock Lesnar last night the way they did in the closing segment because, number one, Sting was there. Number two, Seth Rollins is playing his role as a villain beautifully. So when you play your role as a bad guy, as a villain, someone you detest so well, like Seth Rollins, people are going to pay to see you get your ass kicked. Lesnar was there. Lesnar was in that spotlight. He was going after Seth Rollins, so why not cheer Lesnar? Lesnar's not a face. Lesnar's not a good guy. Lesnar's a heel. How can you be a face with Paul Heyman, someone everyone despises, by your side? Not going to happen. Lesnar kicks ass and wants to fight. That's it. I don't consider Lesnar a heel or a face. I think he's in between. He's one of those guys who is portrayed as a bad guy or a heel, but he's cool. I see no reason for people to dislike Brock Lesnar. He's an ass kicker. He's a fighter. He wants blood. He's out for blood. He wants to fucking kill anybody that's in his way, man. That's what needs to be done with Brock Lesnar. Okay? The reason why they were cheering him last night is because Seth Rollins is playing his role great. All right? Now, I like the closing image of Lesnar. I don't think Lesnar is going to walk away from the Royal Rumble as the WWE Champion. I think Seth Rollins is going to be the new WWE Champion. I really do. And I know I've been lobbying for Lesnar versus Bryan. Cena's out of the equation. Cena is a non-factor in this championship match. I don't think Cena's going to walk away the champion at all. WWE may throw us a curveball, but I don't think Cena's going to walk away the champion at all. This is between Rollins. This is between the Authority and Lesnar and Heyman. I think Rollins pulls one out of the hat and walks away the champion. Just to give us that unpredictability factor. I think the Money in the Bank briefcase is going to be utilized on Sunday. I would not be surprised if it is. And from that point on, we will have one half of the main event for WrestleMania. Okay? And tonight, on Behind the Mic, I'm going to talk about the realistic possibility of why Seth Rollins should go to WrestleMania as the WWE Champion, and why Daniel Bryan should be his opponent. And I know I've been lobbying for Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. I would love to see it. I'm not going to have any gripes or complaints if it does happen. But I'm going to give you reasons why both of these men, Rollins and Bryan, should headline the biggest show of the year. Okay? A lot of facts, a lot of sense, a lot of logic. Make sure you check that out later, all right? So, I'm very happy WWE didn't go the cheesy route like they have done in the past with the over-the-top rope garbage to close the show. We know the significance of the Royal Rumble, man. We know the importance of the Royal Rumble. People are tuning in, people are buying, people are watching to watch the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble is one of the most highly anticipated events of the year. If you don't know what happens in a Royal Rumble, you shouldn't be watching the product. I don't need to see that as a last image onto Sunday. I don't need to see that. Lesnar and Seth Rollins now is a big thing. I like the way they close the show. I like that lasting image of Lesnar just kicking ass. But typically when the faces get over on the heels before the show, that means bad news for them at the pay-per-view. So, like I said, I think Rollins is going to weasel one out and win the WWE Championship. I could be wrong, but either Rollins or Lesnar versus Bryan, I'd love to see it happen. Hopefully it does. All right. The other part of the show that I really enjoyed was the opening segment until John Cena came down. Till John Cena came down, that segment was great. Once he appeared and started fucking spewing his garbage out of his mouth and on the microphone, the entire segment was just fucking a yawn fest. I didn't really care for it. Heyman, Lesnar, and the Authority were great. Okay, Rollins was great. That botch that he messed up in the promo on the Titantron, yes. You know, I'm going to tuck your legs in between your legs, whatever. Whatever the fuck he said, man. Okay, one guy, he made a mistake. A man who really doesn't make many mistakes or hasn't made much mistakes in the past. He gets a free pass on that one, all right? So, People were, criticizing him about that. Shut the fuck up. All right. He's not a Roman Reigns. All right. He's not Roman Reigns in disguise. He knows what he's doing. He's able to slip up once in a while. Okay. So Rollins, obviously playing the antagonist here. John Cena again, all worked up, saying that he's going to be the WWE champion. He's going to hire Rowan and Ziggler and Ryback back, and this all spawns the main event, which was a snooze fest to begin with. Cena, Kane, Big Show, and Rollins in a fucking 3-on-1 match. Please, someone shoot me and put me out of my misery. I don't care for it, man. Thank God I DVR'd this show. I didn't even watch it live. I was at work last night. Thank God I DVR'd it. I fast forward through all the garbage, but I did catch the closing segments live as it happened. All right, but I went back and rewatched it, and I skipped through all the match because I really don't care. Tired of seeing Big Show. Tired of seeing Kane. All right, but the opening segment was very well done. I like that Brock Lesnar was speaking for himself. I like that he's very direct and to the point. He's very vicious in the way he speaks, and he aims his hatred at people. I really like that. He's trying to strike fear into Seth Rollins, which Rollins should be afraid. Rollins can play the antagonist. Rollins could play the villainous heel, but he's also got to, play his role perfectly when it comes to staring down Brock Lesnar. And he's got to be afraid of Brock Lesnar. Lesnar is a guy that's going to strike fear into the hearts of anybody who's looking at him. And Rollins did that last night with the one segment that they had, and I really enjoyed that as well. I like that Lesnar was speaking for himself last night because Lesnar's pissed. Lesnar is pissed. Feels like he's being walked on, especially now that John Cena is still in the match, and Lesnar already threatened Rollins to get the job done. Rollins didn't get the job done. Now Lesnar's out for blood. Okay? Lesnar's going to be a man possessed at the Royal Rumble. I like the role Lesnar's playing. I like that Lesnar's been on TV. I like that we've seen Lesnar interacting with these storylines leading into the Royal Rumble. This should have been happening months ago. Okay? But it's all going to make for an exciting main event at the Royal Rumble. It's a lot of unpredictability. It's not going to be one that before was completely predictable with Cena and Lesnar. Rollins being in the mix now creates a sense of unpredictability, and I like that. Okay? So the opening segment was very well done until John Cena came down. Closing segment was done with Sting. I like that Sting made his Monday Night Raw debut. Finally, he made a nice little impact. It was meaningful, and he single-handedly ruined the Authority once again. I like it. Okay? WWE wanted to send you home excited for the Royal Rumble. They set up a potential WrestleMania match with Triple H and Sting. John Cena remains in the championship match. Rollins, the coward, runs away from the wrath of Brock Lesnar. What does that mean for Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble? Is Rollins going to get one over on Brock Lesnar? Is he going to walk away the WWE champion? We don't know. A lot of interesting storylines going into the Royal Rumble, and it's going to be a can't-miss show. But Monday Night Raw, other than that, was a lot of filler in between. Nothing of importance happened between the opening segment and the closing segment. The only other thing I liked on the show, I didn't even like the Legends panel. I didn't like the Legends panel with the Royal Rumble. I really didn't. Talking about the Royal Rumble, hyping the Royal Rumble up. Royal Rumble doesn't need any hype, man. It really doesn't. That entire segment was trying to get Roman Reigns over, and to me it failed. The only thing that segment really showed me was that Big Show going into the Royal Rumble is going to be eliminated at the hands of Roman Reigns. That's it. I understand WWE needs to make Roman Reigns look strong, but don't have him mingle with the Legends, man. He doesn't belong there. I know why WWE did it, and it was fucking cheesy garbage. I didn't care for it. I seen it coming a mile away. As soon as the Big Show came down, I'm like, here we go. Roman Reigns is coming down to make the save. Big Show's going to fucking knock one of these guys out. He's going to choke slam one of them. Roman Reigns is going to make the save. Yada, yada, yada. I was correct as always. And Roman Reigns looks strong. Knocks Big Show over the top rope. You're going to see it at the Royal Rumble. Big Show scampers up the fucking ramp. Goodbye. Roman Reigns looks strong going into the Royal Rumble. Who's going to win the Rumble? We don't know. WWE obviously wants Roman Reigns to win the Royal Rumble. Are they going to stick to that plan? That's going to be the interesting thing. It's going to be very, very interesting. I got my money on Bryan, but I know Roman Reigns is going to win it. I think WWE is going to stick to that original plan. I hope not. That's why I'm doing Behind the Mic. Giving you guys the realistic possibility of why Bryan versus Rollins should be the main event. I love Lesnar, but I think Roman Reigns would be best for Brock Lesnar in a non-title situation. I'll talk about that on Behind the Mic. I go into it. You guys are going to enjoy it. Make sure you tune into that. But, this, I didn't even want to do a review, to be honest with you. You guys wanted me to do a review of the show. There was absolutely nothing else going on. The Ascension fighting the New Age Outlaws at the Royal Rumble. Just booked last night on Monday Night Raw. All right, you guys will be seeing us on Wednesday. It happened on Monday. Excuse me. New Age Outlaws versus the Ascension. LeBar actually wrote an article on Shrib Live. Justin LeBar from WrestleZone.com. Perfectly predicted it. Ascension needs to mingle with Legend tag teams. There was 3 tag teams they mingled with last night on Monday Night Raw. Right? APA, the NWO Outsiders, and you had the New Age Outlaws. So now, New Age Outlaws are back for a one-time thing. Gonna feud with the Ascension, get them over. Maybe the Ascension mingles with the APA. I know the NWO, they're not gonna be in the ring anytime soon. Hall looks old, Nash looks old. But it's nice that the Ascension's got the spotlight on them. Now, I know a lot of you guys are saying, oh, JD, the Ascension is buried. McMahon buried them. What the fuck's going on? They're over. They're ruined, this and that. Now, they're going to run through the New Age Outlaws. They're probably going to run through APA in a one-off match. This is how you got to build them up. Now, I don't know if this is predetermined. I don't know if this was planned. I don't know if this is booked on the fly. I don't know. Maybe WWE's listening to the fans. Maybe they're listening to the journalists, the writers, about how to handle the Ascension. The people that were pissed off about this debut. I would have handled this debut completely differently. I would have went on and said, you know what? Attack the Usos. Put them in a fucking tag team title match right away. Get them over that way. This is the longer road to get them where they need to be. The Ascension is going to be great. They're going to be a future tag team champion. Okay? They're going to be a vital part to the future of the tag team division. And this is just a stepping stone. I know they got destroyed last night on Monday Night Raw. I know JBL fucking gave one of those guys the clothesline from hell, man. Beautiful clothesline. It was a great segment, a lot of nostalgic moments. It's great seeing Ron Simmons back. Great seeing JBL in such good shape. It's great seeing Hall, Nash, X-Pac, the New Age Outlaws. It was just a great segment overall. I did not like the mic skills of the Ascension. I think they are very scripted. They sound very forced. Doesn't sound genuine. All right? And I don't like the way they come off, man. I know they got an old school gimmick. They got an old school look. The promos don't need to be old school, man. They need to start sounding more natural on the mic. Don't sound too forced. Don't fucking scream at the top of your lungs. You don't need to sound like Hawk in the Legion of Doom, because all he did was scream and yell. Talk in a fucking decent tone to where we can understand you. You don't sound like a retard. That's just the way I thought about it, man. Everything about them's old school. Their promos, their mic skills and their promo work don't need to sound old school. Modernize that a little bit. So, all in all, I like the segment. Hopefully, it brings the Ascension where they need to be. And shout out to my man Justin LeBar for being right on that one and writing an article about that. Other than that, guys, the Legends panel, I said, didn't really care for. Bryan versus Wyatt. I love Bryan. I love Wyatt. I just didn't care for the match. Kane interfered. Ruined it all for me. I really didn't give a shit about it. But Bray Wyatt gets the victory over Daniel Bryan. And the rumors about Wyatt versus Undertaker may be coming true after that win last night over Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's going on a SmackDown to fight Kane again. If he loses, he's not in the Royal Rumble. If he wins, he maintains his spot. We all know Daniel Bryan's going to win that one. It would be foolish not to have Daniel Bryan in the Royal Rumble. Bad News Barrett versus Dean Ambrose. I would love to see more from these two. I really enjoyed their short confrontation last night. Maybe an Intercontinental title feud down the line. Who the hell knows? But I did enjoy what they did last night on Monday Night Raw. I think it could lead into a very, very decent feud. New Day versus Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. Nobody cares. Paige and Natalya versus Alicia Fox and Summer Rae. Nobody cares. Rusev versus R-Truth. Nobody cares. Jey Uso versus The Miz. Nobody fucking cares. A lot of filler. Too much filler. But it was dumb fun on Monday Night Raw with the legends. HBK, Hogan, Flair, the NWO, the New Age Outlaws, the APA. It was fun. Closing segment was great. We seen Sting make his Monday Night Raw debut. Lesnar looks like a beast. F5'd everybody. Right? And the opening segment with The Authority and Brock Lesnar booking the match and eventually leading to John Cena's victory. He maintains his WWE Championship opportunity at the Rumble, and he rehires Ziggler, Rowan, and Ryback all in one shot. All right, it was a decent way to go home. Could have been better, but all we care for is the Royal Rumble, man. We're finally here. Sunday will be the Royal Rumble. It's going to be exciting. I will be tweeting live during the show. If you're not following me on Twitter at JD from NY206. If you're not subscribed to this channel, what the fuck are you waiting for, man? Hit that subscribe button, number one source for WWE content right here on YouTube.com. I will be back tonight with Behind the Mic. Rollins, Bryan, Wyatt should headline WrestleMania 31. All right, I will be back on Friday with Off The Script, your number one source for WWE news and rumors right here on YouTube.com. And Royal Rumble Sunday, immediately following the pay-per-view, I will be reviewing it right here on my channel. Big week for you guys, WWE-wise. Do not miss it. Thank you for all the support. We just hit 23,000 subscribers. And like I said, I will be back tonight with Behind the Mic. Until then, guys, take care. I'm JD, and I will see you later on this evening. All right? See you guys later.